This is TVC News Hour.
Well, outside Nigeria now, 4 people were killed in Togo in clashes between security forces and demonstrators, calling for an end to a half-century of Nasingbe family rule. Opposition activists have been demonstrating since August against Nasingbe's administration and say a constitutional reform he has proposed would allow him to rule the West African country until 2030. African Affairs analyst Alesta Wilcox joins us now from Abuja. Thank you for joining us. Now, it does seem that the scale of...
Good afternoon, and how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. It does seem that the scale of violence is escalating. We understand that amongst these 4 people killed, 2 of them are actually soldiers. So it does seem that this violence is being perpetrated by both sides, the people as well as the government.
Well, in any violent situation, as is being witnessed in Togo, you will not rule out the fact that the two sides of the divide will be at each other, because you don't expect that the oppositions, those who are demonstrating and confronting the military, the police, and other persons on the government side, will also not react to provocations. So it's not unlikely that you find things like that happening. We're in Africa, where there's a lot of violent reactions to issues. And the way government all over Africa uses to crack down dissenting voices is the military and the police. And so when that happens, you also discover that the opposition, those who are carrying out the demonstration, will react in also a violent way. So it's not unlikely that the two sides of the divide are jointly involved in the violent provocative act of this protest.
All right, in the wake of this chaos, before now, he has proposed a constitutional reform. Do you think that this will in any way pacify the people?
Well, Togo led themselves to this point. Togo has not been a country that one would be proud of as a country that is democratically ready to join the rest of the world. Since 1963, Togo has been ruled by a single family, and that's the Nasingbe family. What they are reaping today is what the late Nasingbe did and kept. In 1992, the man changed the constitution to have a 3-term period. He died in 2005, and the son took over, backed by the military. It's only in Africa that you discover that this kind of thing can happen, where a father leaves office and then the next thing the son takes over. This also happened in the DRO, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and we're seeing what is happening there. So right now, what he has laid on the ground is being difficult to change, because the son wants to continue on that principle of having a 3-term tenure appointment. So, and the people of Togo are becoming wiser by the day. The time of ignorance, when the late Nasingbe ruled them with iron fist, it seems to be given away. It's a very tiny country, but where the military still holds sway with the ruling family. I mean, the military is still very, very strong backing the ruling family. And so that's an intimidatory act of the Togolese government against the people. But of course, the people will never remain quiet forever. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So at this point, a new generation of Togolese are emerging. And of course, they will challenge the status quo. And that's what is happening today. Now, political reform or a constitutional reform is just one of it all. Even if that's achieved, because the people of Togo has now opened up and wised up and want to get more, and I think they will ask for more. So that may not just be the end of the game, even if that is achieved. And I don't see the ruling elite in Togo today want to accede to that kind of request. They still want to hold on to power, just for the manipulation of holding on to power, not for the betterment of the people. Togo is not a progressive country. The only wonderful thing you can find in Togo is the seaport. Outside the seaport, there is nothing substantial you can talk about Togo since again in 1960. So it is time for them to rise up and let the people know that times have changed and things are going to change.
Well, Nasingbe, the younger Nasingbe now, has proposed a new constitutional reform. But the people of the country say this reform will allow him remain in the country until 2030. Now, groups and countries have advocated that a dialogue is the next option for them. Do you think that a dialogue can actually cause Gnassingbé to abandon his proposed constitutional reform?
Gnassingbé is neck deep in entrenching himself in power. He is being backed by the military, which his father has been able to subdue and bring under the command of the family. So when any African country is being backed up by the military, you discover that it is difficult for such people to readily accede, no matter the level of dialogue. It's difficult. That today, the Democratic Republic of Congo is going through turmoil just for the same reason. But I think it is in the best interest of Gnassingbé to think that at wanting to remain in power till 2030 is like trying to cross the Rubicon, because it can't happen any longer. So he should be told in clear terms, and by other world powers and by other regional and continental powers, that look, time for perpetration of yourself in government is fast going away, and in fact is fast eroded. We saw what happened to Yaya Jammeh. I think he was copying Yaya Jammeh. He was copying some other African leader. But the narratives have changed. And it is left for him now to understand that times have changed. And because times have changed, that he also must change with the time. Whatever negotiation that is going on, I'm not sure it will assuage the people, allowing Gnassingbé, that's Gnassingbé now, to remain in power till 2030. I think it's unthinkable. And with the new awareness in Togo today, and with the people of Togo being aware of their political rights, I don't think they will allow such thing.
All right, Alesta Wilcox, African Affairs Analyst. Thank you very much indeed talking to us from Abuja.